Did you ever think a single conflict could shake up an entire continent? Well, that's exactly what the Ukraine conflict is doing to Europe. Welcome, everyone, to our deep dive into the impact of the Ukraine conflict on European politics. Imagine this, a geopolitical chess game where every move sends ripples across borders, affecting not just policies, but the daily lives of millions. Curious about how the events in Ukraine are redrawing the political map of Europe? How nations are realigning and our defense strategies being rewritten? Well, you're in the right place. Today we'll unpack the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and explore its profound impact on European politics. From shifting alliances to revamped defense policies, we've got a lot to cover. So, grab your favorite snack, settle in, and let's embark on this intriguing journey together. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have a clearer picture of how this conflict is reshaping Europe. And trust me, you won't want to miss a second of it. Ready to dive in? Let's get started. To understand the impact of the Ukraine conflict on European politics, we first need to take a quick trip down memory lane. So buckle up as we breeze through the key events that led to this current situation. The story begins in 2014, when Russia annexed Crimea, sparking international outrage and sanctions. This move set the stage for a conflict that has since escalated, with eastern Ukraine becoming a battleground between Ukrainian forces and pro-Russian separatists. Fast forward to 2022 and things took a dramatic turn with a full-scale invasion by Russia. Why did this happen? Well, it's a mix of historical tensions, political ambitions and regional influences. Ukraine, once part of the Soviet Union, has always been in Russia's sphere of influence. However, Ukraine's growing ties with the West and its aspirations to join NATO didn't sit well with Russia, which saw it as a threat to its own security and influence. As the conflict intensified, so did the responses from around the world. Europe, in particular, found itself at a crossroads, facing one of the most significant geopolitical crises since the Cold War. The ripple effects of this conflict have been profound, shaking the very foundations of European politics and security. Now that we have a bit of background, let's dive into how this conflict is reshaping political alliances across Europe. One of the most noticeable impacts of the Ukraine conflict has been the shift in political alliances. It's like a giant game of musical chairs, with nations scrambling to secure their seats. First up, NATO. The conflict has breathed new life into the alliance, which had been grappling with questions about its relevance in the post-Cold War era. Suddenly, NATO's role as a defensive bulwark against Russian aggression is back in the spotlight. Countries that were once hesitant about NATO membership, like Finland and Sweden, are now seriously considering joining the alliance. Talk about a plot twist. Then there's the European Union. The EU has shown a rare display of unity, imposing severe sanctions on Russia and providing economic and military support to Ukraine. This solidarity, however, hasn't been without its challenges. Member states have different levels of dependence on Russian energy and varying political landscapes, leading to a complex and often tense balancing act. Individual countries are also re-evaluating their foreign policies. Germany, for instance, has made a historic shift by increasing its defense spending and supplying arms to Ukraine. This is a significant departure from its post-World War II pacifist stance. France and the UK have also stepped up, reinforcing their commitment to European security. Even traditionally neutral countries like Switzerland have joined the sanctions against Russia, signaling a major shift in their foreign policy. These realignments indicate a Europe that is more united in the face of external threats, but also more assertive and prepared to defend its interests. The Ukraine conflict has not only shifted alliances but also sparked a significant overhaul in defense policies across Europe. It's like watching a massive game of Risk, where everyone is fortifying their borders and rethinking their strategies. One of the most striking changes has been the increase in defense spending. Countries that had long enjoyed the peace dividend of the post-Cold War era are now ramping up their military budgets. Germany, for instance, has announced a major boost in defense spending, breaking with decades of underinvestment. New military strategies are also being developed, NATO has enhanced its presence in Eastern Europe with more troops, equipment and exercises designed to deter any potential Russian aggression. The alliance's rapid reaction force has been beefed up, and new initiatives like the European Defence Fund are encouraging member states to collaborate on defence projects. Collaborative defence initiatives are becoming the norm. European countries are pooling resources and expertise to develop advanced military technologies, from drones to cyber defence systems. The emphasis is on interoperability and ensuring that European forces can operate seamlessly together in any crisis. Moreover, there's a renewed focus on energy security. The conflict has exposed Europe's reliance on Russian energy supplies, prompting a push for diversification and the development of alternative sources. This is not just about military security, but also about ensuring that Europe can withstand economic pressure from Russia. These changes mark a significant shift in how Europe approaches its security, moving from a period of relative complacency to one of heightened vigilance and preparedness. The economic impacts of the Ukraine conflict are far-reaching and complex, touching everything from sanctions to economic aid. Let's break it down. First, the sanctions on Russia. Europe has imposed some of the toughest sanctions ever, targeting Russian banks, businesses and oligarchs. These measures aim to cripple the Russian economy and pressure Moscow to change its course. However, sanctions are a double-edged sword. While they hurt Russia, they also have repercussions for European economies, particularly those heavily dependent on Russian energy. Next, economic aid to Ukraine. European countries have provided billions in financial support to help Ukraine withstand the economic strain of the conflict. This aid is crucial for keeping the Ukrainian economy afloat and supporting the war effort. But it's not all about aid and sanctions. The conflict has also prompted a broader re-evaluation of economic policies across Europe. There's a push for greater energy independence, with investments in renewable energy and infrastructure to reduce reliance on Russian gas. This shift is not only about security, but also about accelerating the green transition. The effects on European economies are significant. Inflation has risen, supply chains have been disrupted, and economic growth has slowed. However, these challenges are also driving innovation and resilience, as countries adapt to the new reality and find ways to mitigate the impact. Amid these economic shifts, public opinion plays a crucial role. Let's explore how the conflict is influencing public sentiment and political dynamics across Europe. Public opinion can make or break political careers, and the Ukraine conflict is no exception. Let's take a look at how people across Europe are reacting and what it means for their leaders. The conflict has sparked a wave of solidarity with Ukraine, with public opinion largely supporting strong measures against Russia. This sentiment has bolstered the positions of leaders who have taken a hard stance on the issue. For example, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has seen a boost in support for his government's decisive actions, including increasing defence spending and supporting sanctions. However, not all leaders are benefiting. In countries with significant economic ties to Russia, or where the public is feeling the pinch of rising prices and economic uncertainty, there's a growing backlash. Politicians in these nations face the tricky task of balancing strong rhetoric with the economic realities their constituents are facing. The conflict has also led to a resurgence of populist and nationalist sentiments in some areas, as people grapple with the implications of global interdependence and seek more protectionist policies. This trend can be seen in the rise of far-right parties in countries like France and Italy, which are capitalizing on public discontent. At the same time, there's a growing movement for greater European unity and integration. As many citizens see the benefits of a coordinated response to external threats, this has led to increased support for the EU and its initiatives, even in countries that were previously more skeptical. The political landscape is shifting, and leaders are navigating a complex and often contradictory mix of public sentiments. The outcome of these dynamics will shape the future of European politics for years to come. So there you have it. The Ukraine conflict is reshaping European politics in profound ways, from shifting alliances and defence policies to economic impacts and public opinion. It's a complex and evolving situation, but one thing is clear: Europe will never be the same. As we continue to watch these events unfold, it's crucial to stay informed and engaged. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analyses and updates on global events. Thanks for watching and see you next time.